Good day, everyone. My name is Anisha. Welcome back to my Csec Textiles Clothing and Fashion channel. Today, we'll be focusing on career opportunities. Hope and trust at the end you'll learn something new. Areas in textiles, clothing, and fashion. There are three areas in textiles, clothing, and fashion. One, the textile industry. Observe the image. Guess what it involves? Two, garment and apparel production. And three, fashion merchandising. Areas in textiles and fashion includes the textile industry, which involves the constructing of yarns, dyes, finishes, and methods of fabric production. Two, garment and apparel production involves the designing and making of garments. Three, fashion merchandising, which involves the promoting and selling of fashion. What is the difference between job and career? A job means work that a person does to earn money. The word job may be used when a person works for someone else, an employer who pays them for the work. A job means work that a person does to earn money. Career. Career is an occupation or profession, especially one requiring special training, followed as one's life work. Career is an occupation or profession, especially for one requiring special training, followed as one's life work. Textile industry. A number of job opportunities exist in this industry. One, textiles designers, textiles engineers, textiles converters, laboratory technicians, market analysts. Textile designers produce design for fabric, while fashion designers work with the finished fabric. Textile designers produce designs for fabrics, colors, patterns, prints, and weaves. Textiles engineers. Textile engineers can be wide, as you have the chemical engineer falling under this category, computer engineer, and industrial engineers. The chemical engineer may work in the department where fabric dyeing or printing is done, while a computer engineer has to correctly program the machines that produce the fabric, while the industrial engineers see that all the production operations are performed. Textile converters decide what fibers to use, what widths and weights of fabric to weave or knit, and what quantity to produce. They also select dye colors and weave finishing that will help the fabric to perform as expected. Laboratory technicians. Now, laboratory technicians, they ensure that the product meets certain standards of quality. They are trained to perform tests on fibers, yarns, and fabrics in a laboratory setting, while the market analysts are the people who study fashion changes and consumer demands. They tell manufacturers what fabrics will be needed for the new fashion. So they do this research in advance. So the fabrics will be ready when the clothing manufacturers want to buy them. Next, you have the textile industry images. So I'm showing you textiles engineers, textile converters, you have laboratory technicians, market analysts under the textile industries. You also have garment and apparel production area. So number one was the textile industry. Number two, we're looking now at garment and apparel production. This includes all the people involved in designing and making garments. Now, garment production involves CAD and CAM, which are computer-based systems. CAD represents computer-aided manufacturing and CAM represents computer-aided design. As you can see in the image, such fashion designer is using her CAD and CAM software to produce her design with different number of pieces required to sew such garment. You have one fashion designer, right? As you can see, so fashion designers create new designs and ideas for clothing and accessories. Designers must have a flair for clothing and must be creative and innovative. As you can see, she is doing her new garment, which is a dress. So you must be creative and innovative. Next, on the garment and apparel production, you have production line, and the production line includes different workers, starting with the pattern maker, then the pattern grader, the markers, right? And you also have the different designers there. You have cutters, sorters, sewing machine operators, finishers, trimmers, pressers. So let us go back to the first slide. All right, so you have the pattern maker. Now the pattern maker, as it says, pattern maker makes a master pattern, while the pattern grader then takes the master pattern and makes it into a wide range of sizes. The markers now are employees who decide how the pattern pieces should be placed so that the fabric can be used without wastage. All right. We have different fashion designers in the Caribbean as well. You can observe them, and their names are there as well. For example, you have Lisa McIntosh Aries in Jamaica. Now you also have on the production line the cutters. Cutters then cut through the layers of fabric so that several of the same sizes can be made at the same time. You also have the sorters. The sorters sort the pieces of cloth and put them into bundles, while the sewing machine operators then assemble the garment piece by piece. The finishers, they do hand stitching that may be required to finish the garment. Trimmers remove loose thread, lint, and any marks from the garments. Pressers iron out the wrinkles before inspectors inspect the garment. Some management positions essential for the production line are plant managers, costing engineers, quality control engineers, production managers. Now, the plant managers, they are responsible for the overall work of the plants. They are sometimes referred to as the plant engineers. The costing engineers, they determine the price of producing an item of clothing or an accessory. Quality control engineers, they develop standards of quality for garments and are responsible for seeing that these standards are met. They conduct tests along the production line to check for quality. That's my favorite, right? The quality control engineers. Production managers, they estimate production costs and prepare the schedule for the flow of work in the plant, and they also supervise all production activities in the plant, as you can see in the images. Next, you have the final area, which is called fashion merchandising. And fashion merchandising includes all the phases of buying and selling clothing and accessories. Now you have different job opportunities here. You can become fashion merchandisers or fashion merchandise managers. So you become the merchandise manager. You plan several sales, promotional sales, and special events. And you work closely with salespeople, helping them to keep their departments looking attractive and up to date. You also have buyers, and the buyers are responsible for selecting the clothes and accessories to be sold in the stores they represent. They keep tabs on what the customers are buying in their stores. They are interested in what styles, colors, and sizes are selling best. Salespeople, these are the only store employees that most customers ever meet. They learn the taste of these customers and inform them when certain garments are available. You also have the store clerks, and the store clerks perform their following duties, such as receiving merchandise from delivery trucks, checking the damaged items, preparing price tags, recording new stock, helping with the inventory, and handling returned goods or merchandise. You also have the fashion coordinators who promote stores and the store's merchandise. They visit wholesale and retail markets to see what is happening in the fashion world and relay the information now to the merchandise managers and buyers. You have the display directors who create the attractive display you see in store windows. You have the fashion illustrators, work for retail stores, pattern companies, and advertising agencies. They show construction details as well, fabric textures, fabric design, and fashionable accessories. You also have fashion writers. Fashion writers tell the public about new trends in fashion as they occur. They spend time keeping up to date on new trends and products. You have fashion models, and the fashion models are needed in photos for press releases, mail order catalogs, pattern catalogs, and advertisements. Models are also needed in fashion shows. And finally, you have the fashion photographers who work to make clothes and accessories look their best. They are also responsible for suggesting creative backgrounds for photos. They often work with the film and videotape for advertisements and promotions. Thank you for viewing my channel. It was great working with you, right? And hope and trust you learned something for your exams and all the best in your exams as you prepare for your upcoming exams. It was great highlighting some of the career opportunities in the textile industry, garment and apparel production, and merchandising as it relates to fashion, right? All the best. Thanks for viewing.